tried to stop her, tried to block her path. Chongji, what does this mean? Illusion, I think you might be the only one, so I almost wonder if this is... it's almost kind of pointless to be translating this, but no. Let's see. I'm just making sure that I'm not... What? Okay. I guess they try to stop her. And there are two other people here who seems to be saying, it's okay, they don't have to say anything. And so they they try to stop her, block her path, and they try to attack. And they attacked Mother, and Mother used that opportunity to enter the locked demon tower. Oh, I see. When the Shenzhen guild leaders knew why those things had occurred, they sent out tens of students to enter in, and they were tasked with, they had to rescue my father and kill my mother, but all of them entered in and none came back. I'm just being quiet today. Oh, well, don't worry about it. You don't have to talk if you don't have anything to say. Afterwards, there was no way to, Give me a second. I have to figure this out. You just tired? Okay, no, don't worry about it. There was no way to recover, or basically, there was no way to restore the numbers. So there was no. Okay, so afterwards there was no way to replace, no way to replace the lost person or basically restore the numbers. So there was the only thing that could be done was the 35 students. There were both to be 36. Yeah, to gather enough people, basically to restore the numbers. The 35 students had to come together to form, and they were not able to complete the sword formation, and so in order to let's see, and so they were only able to restrict the demon lord's form inside the peak of Wuhua Mountain, which we saw earlier in the game, and because of this, it also caused great and because of this, those 35 students were broken essentially. Going through these two battles one after the other, the Shenzhen guild's power took a great hit. Right, those two events, basically losing students to the tower and losing 35 students to even just attempt to seal the demon lord. So afterwards, all the students. Oh, afterwards they made a regulation that no student of the Shin Guild could enter the Locked Demon Tower. Well, then, did teacher's mother, was teacher's mother able to find teacher's father? My mother within the tower, through the help of many monsters, was finally able to find father. But father had already been broken to almost the point of looking inhuman, so mother had to hurry and give her and use power to heal father. And so, okay. Well, how do I explain this? This is a little bit tough to explain, because I guess 牵动 Tai Chi and 终于 蓝盆, or how do I say? How do I say this? Give me a second. I will figure out. I'm going to do something really quick. I was gonna drink water. And it caused her to go, affected her fetal aura. But basically it means like, it caused her to go into labor, and so she gave birth to me. So yes, after when she was healing it, yeah, it's the Chinese belief of like a fetal aura. It's really hard to explain. That's why I was like, how do I translate this? In any case, the more important thing is like what she actually says is like, and so after she healed my father, she went into labor and gave birth to me. But my mother had received great wounds from the leaders of the Shenzhen Guild. And she had used her chi within her body to protect the me inside her, and so that's why she wasn't able to maintain her life. And at that moment, she passed away. And my mother knew that she had no hope of being saved, so she passed her last ounce of strength into my body and died. My father was extremely broken-hearted, and that's why he named me with my mother's nickname, and she called me Wan'er. And so we lived together inside the Locked Demon Tower. Right. Well, basically the chi was protecting her and basically like to make sure she was okay. Wan'er herself was okay the whole time while she was getting attacked. Otherwise, it would probably have been a miscarriage, and that would have been bad. In any case, whatever. That makes sure that Wire wasn't born a dead person, because she needed anyway. So she was usually using her chi for her childbirth, according to Wuxian's fantasy logic. Many days later, my father told me all of these things for me to hear. And also was able to bring a combination of the Shenzhen Guild's ultimate techniques combined with the monster clan's martial arts, and taught it all to me. So that's why the Xianxia Guild is a foundation of 2 different disciplines from 2 different types of groups of people. So that's why the Xianxia Guild's sword techniques and the Shenzhen Guilds are so similar. That's right. So afterwards, what happened? Okay. Afterwards, Kongling was captured into the Locked Demon Tower by the lone fox Yu Yun, and father from the mouth of Kongling heard about the great tragedy of the 2 events of the Locked Demon Tower and Wuhua Mountain. My father felt deeply responsible, and he had no way of forgiving himself, and so sometimes he would be crazed at times and normal at times. He was... How horrible! At that time, I wasn't able to defeat Kongling. But I managed to deceive Kongling to fall into... Oh, so this is where that little thing... Or Duhu, the solitary fox. Sorry, my bad. I just read it a little bit too fast. Because Gudu is usually something... never mind. Sorry, I read it a little too fast there. But anyway, I managed to deceive Kongling into a oh, it's that pot, into that special technique pot, and he was there for many years. Afterwards, Kongling was rescued. And afterwards, once Kongling was able to be rescued, I was already able to fight him to a... Oh wow, she was that strong back then. Well, I guess he wasn't that... But he was not as strong as he was in this time, at this period of time. And so I was already able to fight him to a draw. Dugu, yes. Afterwards, it was Li Xiaoyao who entered. Oh yes, this is all events in the first game, but Li Xiaoyao was able to invade the Locked Demon Tower, and he was able to save my father. And he also collapsed the Locked Demon Tower, so I and everyone else were able to escape. I came to Emei Mountain. And I decided to combine my father and mother's name, and so I called myself the teacher Qing. And so I also took one word of my mother's name, Xia is what she's referring to, and created the Xianxia Guild. And I decided to open and start accepting students. Then teachers. Well, since you are one of the granddaughter, since you're the granddaughter of the Demon Lord, why are you ordering your own? Why are you ordering your students to create problems for the Monster Clan? I only watched one. I know, Kongling's kind of a douchebag compared to the Ghost Emperor, who at least... anyway. I originally hated Kongling, greatly hated Kongling, And of course I wanted to give him trouble. And so that way he couldn't have his seat in peace. That way he couldn't have peace.